welcome to another adventure with Overland America. Today we are going to Hummis Hill Farms. This is a piece of land that's privately owned that we were able to get access to for a long weekend. This was back in the beginning before we had, a lot of equipment or, really good camera equipment. So be kind. The cameras weren't the best. We've since learned and upgraded to this, but we still wanted to take the opportunity to get these original videos out, just so that people who are interested could follow along and see where we came from and where we started at. These were from some of our first trips with the TJ and the Overland build. As you know now, if you've seen any of our later videos, you know that we now have an Overland trailer and a rooftop tent and a refrigerator and a solar powered system. But this was before all that. So basically, when we say roughing it, we mean we were roughing it. And we want to bring you along for the journey, and we hope that you enjoy watching this as much as we enjoyed making it and learning, as we went along. Enjoy. Thomas Hill Farm proved to be, a pretty amusing and fun place. As you can see, we had to do a little bit of off-roading to get to the campsite. This was actually the tent. It was, advertised as a tent area, but because normal vehicles couldn't really make it up to this site. But after I talking to the owner and just telling him that what type of vehicle we had and that we would be fine to make it up there, he agreed to let us pop it into 4 low and get on up there, which we did, and we made it there with little to no big problems at all. As you can see, the landscape of this campsite was beautiful, and we start unpacking the Jeep and setting up the tent. And me being me, I just had to put Sudan to work. She just had to get there, had to help with the rain fly and get that put up and get ready to go. So we just continued at this point, unpacking the Jeep and setting up the campsite. And as you can see, it came out really nice. I don't know if you can see very well, but if you look back into the tent, we had a queen size folding cot with an air mattress on top of it. It was made by Coleman, and it was pretty comfortable. I mean, but we, I don't. Anybody has ever slept in an air mattress. If you turn over during the night or whatever, you hear that noise and stuff that's produced between you and the mattress when you move around, which doesn't really condone a really really peaceful night's sleep. Since we upgraded to the rooftop tent, it's so much better. The rooftop tent is the way to go, and I think that once you go to a rooftop tent, going back to a ground tent just doesn't have the same luster anymore. But you can be the judge of that, and we'll show you videos coming up in the future. We'll have rooftop tents and things like it, and just to show the difference between the two. As you can see, we decided tonight to cook our dinner over the fire. We had just bought this really cool fire pit grilling tray. It opens up, and one side is solid, like a breakfast skittle, I guess you could call it. You can cook eggs and things like that you need to cook on a solid surface. And the other side was like a wire mesh, so you could like grill like meat, things like that over the fire. We had a little issue with the flames being a little bit too high in the beginning, and the quest for the perfect coals was an ongoing thing to get the perfect coals on there. But dinner came out pretty good in the end. The fire in the video looks a little bit higher than it actually was, but it came out and it was a very very good meal. It was ribs and asparagus, I believe, and they came out and they were just the perfect tenderness and perfect cook, and we truly really enjoyed it. It was a little bit of work keeping the fire going, and when you're grilling things over the fire like that, you got to be careful because like the grease that drips down, it just makes the fire higher and higher. And as you can see, we're totally constantly adjusting the fire underneath it to prevent the meat or anything from burning on the fire. As you can see, a couple of them on the edge got a little bit too well done, but this was our first try, first attempt. We did get better at it after that, and like I said, for the most part, everything came out pretty good. As with everything, all good things must come to an end. So now we're starting to pack up and get ready to head out. Packing up and organizing is a fine art that I've noticed, especially when you're camping and overlanding out of a Jeep TJ, because there's not a lot of room. And at this point in our adventures, we do not have the trailer yet. So everything has to be put in just right so that it can fit in there and still have room for Leo in the back, which is very comical. I don't have a photo or video of it in this because I don't believe we recorded it at that point. We just kind of threw him in and we took off. But at this point, it looked like one of those little stuffed animals, in a big pile of stuffed animals with his face up against the window. He didn't mind because it was, a good excuse for him to get out and get to nature and hang out and have some fun. But it all works out in the end. On the newer videos, you'll see. Well, we have a trailer and everything else, and we have a lot more room because of it. And I just don't see how we could ever go back. Yeah, and as we pack up, we did have a few days of rain. Not like continuous rain, but like showers here and there. So some of our tarps and things like that were still a bit wet. So we hung those out over the stumps there, as you can see, just to kind of dry them out before we fold them up and put them into the Jeep. And other than that, once we get that all done, we'll be ready to hit the road. And head home and hopefully, start planning our next adventure. And now we come to an end. We've got the truck packed up. We've got everyone in the truck. Everyone's accounted for. Keys in the ignition, and the Jeep is ready to roll. So as we roll out of here, just wanted to say thank you for enjoying the video with us, and we hope that you follow, like, and subscribe to our channel. That way you can see the new and improved videos that are going to be coming up relatively shortly, and enjoy those. And then we're only going to get better as as our experience grows and we learn more and more about the video editing process and how to shoot them and blah blah blah. And we hope to to finally get to a creation that that everybody can enjoy. That being said, we'd like to wish you safe travels and good luck wherever you go, and we'll catch you on the next trip.